Welcome back, everyone. Today we're going to talk about Genesis 1, verse 22. And God blessed them, saying, Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters in the seas, and let the birds multiply on the earth. This verse, for the first time in the Torah, God blesses living creatures. The Zohar sees this moment as hugely significant. It signals the activation of divine abundance, the extension of divine vitality into creation, and the beginning of exponential unfolding. Blessing in the mystical tradition always implies an increase, a flowing forth, and a fertilization of potential. This verse doesn't merely describe a biological phenomenon. It unveils a profound spiritual law that life is meant to expand, overflow, and perpetuate divine light through multiplication. So the first phrase from the verse we have, and God blessed them, the first blessing. The Zohar emphasizes this is the first recorded blessing in creation. Until now, God created, named, and separated. Here, He empowers and expands. A blessing in Kabbalah is not an addition from outside, but an awakening of latent abundance already placed within beings by divine will. Thus, God's blessing here activates the internal spiritual forces of the living creatures, causing them to expand and manifest their hidden potential. The next phrase we have, be fruitful and multiply. This is divine desire for expansion. The twin imperatives, be fruitful and multiply, contain layers of meaning. Fruitfulness, in Hebrew, pru, represents self-actualization. Each being must develop its essence, bring forth the fruit that is embedded within it spiritually and physically. Multiplication, in Hebrew, rvu, represents expansion outward, sharing, spreading influence, creating new expressions of divine vitality. In the Zohar, this formula reflects the divine desire for creation not to remain static, but to overflow, filling existence with ever more vessels for divine light. This principle is the root of all spiritual and physical fertility, that blessing is not for containment, but for radiation and extension. The next phrase from the verse we have, fill the waters in the seas. This is hidden worlds of abundance. The command to fill the waters reveals another layer of mystical meaning. Water, as the Zohar often teaches, symbolizes chesed, in English mercy or kindness, and hidden bounty. The seas are the repositories of hidden spiritual forces, much like the subconscious or the concealed worlds. Filling the seas means that hidden realms should teem with life force, just as the revealed world, which is dry land, will eventually teem with physical life. Thus, God is blessing both the visible and invisible worlds with expansion and vitality. The next phrase, we have, let the birds multiply on the earth. This is the elevation of spirit. birds are commanded separately, not just to exist in the air, but to multiply upon the earth. This indicates the bridging between heaven and earth. In Zoharic symbolism, birds represent the soul's yearning, praise, and song, qualities that should permeate even the lower world. Thus, the multiplication of birds reflects the expansion of spiritual consciousness into everyday existence. Not just isolated mystical flights, but a general permeation of divine spirit throughout earthly life. So the Zoharic insight for this verse, this is a blessing as channeling infinite light. The Zohar explains that the word blessing comes from the root berech, meaning to draw down, like a spring bending toward the earth. A blessing channels infinite light into finite vessels. When God blesses the living creatures, He draws down supernal abundance, allowing them to actualize their divine image in their respective realms. In essence, blessing is the mechanism of tzimtum, in English contraction, and shefa, in English flow, expanding the infinite into countless particular forms without diminishing the divine source. The human parallel of this verse is living a blessed life. According to the Zohar, just as fish and birds were blessed to multiply and spread, so too human beings are called to become channels of divine blessing, growing, teaching, elevating, and expanding light into the world. A soul who cultivates their gifts and shares them fulfills the deeper meaning of be fruitful and multiply, not only physically but spiritually. Blessing is not a reward, it is a function of aligned living. When beings live according to their divine blueprint, they naturally bless and expand the world around them. So Genesis 1 verse 22, according to the Zohar, is a pivotal moment. For the first time in creation, God blesses living beings. This blessing awakens the latent abundance within the creatures of the waters and the sky, commanding them to be fruitful and multiply. The waters symbolize hidden spiritual worlds, and filling the seas means that divine vitality should saturate both the visible and invisible realms. The birds, symbols of yearning soul and ascendant spirit, are instructed to multiply even on earth, bridging heaven and earth through their flight and presence. The act of blessing channels infinite divine light into finite vessels, ensuring that creation is not static, but dynamic, expansive, and radiant. Blessing is thus revealed as the mechanism by which the infinite continues to manifest and proliferate without end. For human beings, this verse is a call to live as channels of blessing, expanding love, wisdom, creativity, and light into the world. The true mark of life, aligned with the divine, is its fruitfulness, not merely in numbers, but in holiness, transformation, and sacred continuity. That's it for today. Thank you for your donation. Be blessed, everyone, and I will see you on the next episode.